Love Gerard Butler. We're
Same.
recording now, but I do love Gerard Butler.
Same. He is a hottie McTotty. Gerard Butler in 300. 300 was peak Gerard Butler. Oh.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway.
ready? Hi guys! Welcome back
Hello.
to the Chaotic Cuticle Club, where this week we're not just talking about Gerard Butler, we are doing a part 2 on nail art because we are going to dive into pricing around nail art, how to price, where people go wrong with it, how to make it profitable, and all of that stuff. Susie's got a plan in front of her, so... She's going to try and bring me back to topic
I'm
when I go
organised.
off
Look
the
at me.
topic. Oh, look at you with your iPad out in front of you like a proper podcast host. Before we get into that, how's your week been?
The nails have been fine. Nails have been
Yes,
fine, actually. I've been quite proud of my application.
Good. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, I've been quite pleased because there's been a bit of pastel colour stuff, and I always get the fear.
Yeah, I've had so much pastel colour stuff.
Yeah. So pastel colour stuff and chrome, and both of these give me the fear a little bit, and
Yeah.
so I decided just to embrace it and just keep doing it and hope for the best, essentially. I actually watched a really interesting video. I actually watched the interesting video about the chrome. You know how when you do chrome, you should like base coat and then top coat on top. But instead this person, instead of doing a full base coat on top to avoid like any bulk or anything, she just like armoured it with base coat round the edge, round the free edge, and then top coated over it, like encapsulate kind of top coat over it. So I was like, that's interesting. So I've been doing that, and that's been working really nicely. Yeah. So yeah, there's been a lot of chrome and a lot of pastel stuff. So I'm quite pleased.
Welcome to spring.
Yeah. So I've been essentially not using the brushes in the bottles. I've been using like Katie Barnes brushes. Sorry guys, I know I don't rate their sales tactics because they're a bit QVC. Like, I know.
That's a perfect description.
But it is so.
Sorry.
Like, it just, God, was it Peter Simon that used to do like bid TV or something? I used to go gardening and watch that. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. But these two brushes, as well as my nail craft brushes.
Yes.
My nail craft brushes. My nail craft brush, which has still got product on it, because that's how you keep your brushes. That's how you keep your brushes still looking good. A little bit of product on it, and then you wipe it off before. These 4 brushes have been my saviours recently. These ones. Talking of that, nail
So
craft.
you're putting your gel polish on with application brush?
Yeah,
Nice.
absolutely. It's just getting it really nice and close to the cuticle line, and it's looking.
Yeah. It is much easier with a separate brush than like a standard brush, because a lot of the time the brush is like too thick and fluffy,
and
especially if someone's got quite like small nail beds.
And if we're talking about nail art, and I know we all like a one coat cover, like, because it just speeds things up. But in all honesty, the way to make it faster is to do 2 thinner coats of pastel colour. Or if you're doing pastel.
Yeah, definitely with pastels as well.
Or if it's quite like a streaky pastel, do a thin coat of white under it and then a coat of pastel over it. Because honestly, it's worth it in the long run. Is just to make sure everything looks spick and span.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
There you go. Top tips from Susie.
I don't know why. But yeah, so work's been fine. Mental health is in the fucking gutter, bro, though. Yeah, I've been really, really struggling with that. Just to be open, honest and vulnerable. And feel about it. So yeah, I know. So there's been lots of comparison with other people. There's been lots of questioning. Why can't I do this? Or why am I not good enough for this? Or why? Yeah, just lots of whys going on, and lots of, just lots of, I hate myself.
Struggling to believe in yourself.
Struggling just to survive. You know, whatever. How's your week been?
My week's been good. It's been, I think, nails have gone well. I had a new client in. She was lovely, actually. She said she was very complimentary about the whole setup. So hopefully she'll be back. Although she did say nothing ever lasts on her nails, which gives me the fear
Oh,
when a new
I
client
hate
says
that.
like, God, we're starting with a challenge. Okay. So yeah, I'm hoping she comes back. I did just say to her, like, look, obviously, if it doesn't last, just let me know, because it might take us a couple of times to get the right product. But yeah, I mean, she's got pretty low expectations anyway, because nothing ever lasts on her. So I'm hoping I can rise to the challenge and find what does.
That's the thing, is it's just like that trial and error period. And like when someone new comes, you're like, it's going to take maybe a few appointments to get the perfect thing for you. So, and
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
nothing like,
yeah, that's it. And it is a love, because I've got another client who historically has never, her thumbs, she always has issue with her thumbs. And it took us a little while, but we have found
that's good.
what works, and they last every time now. And I have to say, I'm very proud of it.
I love that. I love
So
when that.
yeah, hopefully we can do the same for this woman, because I'm like, yeah, we did it.
We did it. We did it. We did it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. But yeah, no, it's been a good week as far as I know. It was Nigel's birthday yesterday,
How was
so
that?
we had cake.
Did he have a good?
Yeah, nice. Yeah, yeah, it was just a chilled day. Yeah, nothing else to report, I don't think. Haven't done anything else.
You've done some beautiful work. Tell us about the Jade UK hard gel, please. I want to know more about that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. So that was Chloe's nails, the
I've
beautiful
never used
cherry
that.
red nails that I did. And I got the Jade UK hard gel from the testing station at the Orgasmic event. And I tried it on Chloe. And she is notorious for not coming back on time. And it had been 5.5 weeks, and they were perfect.
That's amazing.
So
I'm
I
just
was
looking at the
really
website right
impressed
now.
with it. I was really, really impressed with it. It's lovely to work with. The colour's beautiful. It was Sydney, which is like a pinky kind of nudie colour.
Is that based off of Sydney Sweeney?
And no, all the hard gel colours are named after places. I noticed when I looked at their website, yeah, all their hard gel, because they've got like London, New York.
All right.
I can't think of all the others off the top of my head. But yeah, really, really impressed with it. So if anyone's looking for a new hard gel to try. Okay, let's get to nail art.
Okay.
You go.
If
You've
you
got the
have,
plan.
if you've spent 3.5 hours on a set and only charged £25, this is the episode for you. Excuse my lighting, by the way, today. I just couldn't be arsed setting up my big light, and I'm facing
We can see
a
out your
different
window.
way.
It's beautiful.
It's my garden. There's a bunch of woods at the back. You can't really see it. Doesn't matter. Irrelevant. Right. So, why nail techs get pricing wrong? Some of us price on vibes instead of structure. Also, excuse the fact that this hand isn't done yet. I stayed up too late doing this hand, and this hand isn't finished or
Proper
done.
nail tech nails.
So I need to do this hand. This hand is done. Letting clients dictate what they pay, saying it's only a bit of art when no, it's not. It's time and price and like expertise and skill. My hair's annoying me.
Mm-hmm.
Not tracking your time properly and things like over delivering just to avoid any conflict.
Yeah.
Night night. Because that's what I do. I over deliver just to avoid anyone saying to me like, oh, because once I had someone being like, is it really that much? And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Yes, it is.
yeah.
Yes, it is.
And even then, that wasn't enough that I was charging for what you were getting, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And then made
Mm-hmm.
me feel like trash and then still requested extra stuff afterwards. By extra stuff, I don't mean like sexual services. I'm just letting you know. Like, like it's just not like it's not a happy ending thing. Just
You were the one that were meant to keep us on track.
I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, Case. So
Yeah, I just
people
whacked my microphone.
people aren't underpaying you. You're undercharging before they even sit down in your seat at your desk.
Yes.
You need to be, as a new nail tech, you need to be confident in your pricing structure, because it is, take it from us, it is hard to raise your prices once you're like friends with the clients, or clients have been coming a while. It is hard.
Mm-hmm.
I always say, yeah, do cheap deals, do some free sets at the start, crack on with that. But you have to show that your pricing will come into force at a certain time and
Yes.
stick to that, because people will take the piss and not
Yeah.
want to pay for it. And it makes you resent your job after a while, and it's not nice.
Absolutely. Like you say, but you need to like set the price and then run a couple of months or whatever sort of deals that you want to do in the beginning. Go for it, but be very transparent of what the price will be, so it's not a shock to people.
Yeah. And don't allow people to step on your boundaries. Don't allow people to be like, oh, it's just a French though. Yep. And
Mhm.
this is in my pricing structure. This is what it is. Be clear. Look at other people's pricing structures. Look at our pricing structures. It's all on our like Jenna websites. We've both got them linked in our bio. Like, go and have a look and see what's on that. Steal it for all you want. I don't care. Like, that's fine. I change mine on a weekly basis, adding and ignoring things and taking things out again. Just look at other people's structure for their pricing as well. So,
Mhm.
time-based pricing versus tier-based pricing. What do you
Mhm.
do?
I mean, I guess they're classed as like tiers, but I have tried to base that around how long something will take me.
Okay.
So kind of like obviously figuring out like what you want to earn in an hour and then kind of like dividing that into what, and then just like I've made the descriptions of each tier kind of things that I think will fit in like what I could achieve in that time frame.
Yeah. Now, as rewind for a year ago,
Mhm.
we're talking about beginners as well. I mean, we're still beginners, but more beginnery beginners, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Amount of time. So say you've got 15 minutes and that's for like simple dots or like polka dots across all fingers.
Mhm.
As a, polka dots might not, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? That might take you half an hour at the
Mhm.
very, very beginning to do that in your tier. Would you have charged more because it takes half an hour, or would you charge like say so my first one is £5. My first tier is
Mhm.
£5, which maybe should be more, but it's £5. And that's going to take up to 15 minutes to do. For all
Mhm.
10 nails, it's an additional 15 minutes. At the very beginning, that might have taken me 45 minutes to do.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't be charging, like, if, say it's £5 for 15 minutes, I wouldn't be charging £15 for a simple
Mhm.
level one tier. I would still have
Mhm.
charged £5 for that.
Mhm.
Just so we're super transparent about like when we
Mhm.
were very beginnery, I would have still just, I mean, I wouldn't have charged anything because I was an actual walkover. Like, I would have, in my brain, I would have still charged the £5, even although
Yeah.
that would taking 45 minutes, because at the very beginning, no, you're not going to make basic minimum wage
Mhm.
doing
Mhm.
everything while you're
Mhm.
still getting everything together. Just for transparency.
Yes.
Price for what you're working towards. So if you think,
Yes.
right, in 2 months, 3 months, I'll be able to do some stripes and some polka dots over all 10 nails, or a full set of cat eye in 7 minutes over all 10 nails, I want to charge £5 for that, because
Mhm.
that's a tier one thing. And I'll put in 15 minutes for my tier. Price it to what you want to work towards and be achieving, but make sure you adjust the timings in your booking system if you've got a booking system.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then as you get faster, you can reduce that time, and then you realize you're actually making what you should be making. So don't
Mhm.
worry at the very start about your times for things. Think about the price for it and think about where you want it within your tiers, what you find easy, what you find really
Mhm.
difficult, what you want to kind of specialize in, what kind, like if you want to do mad 3D art, make sure you're pricing as if it's going to take you like that hour to do the mad 3D art,
Mhm. Mhm.
but it's going to take you 3 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's it. I think it's important to kind of understand the reality, like you say, of nail art is not going to make you money in the beginning. Like, it's not. It's not. I mean, most of your services won't make you loads of money in the beginning because it will take you longer, and you can't charge like £100 a set as a beginner just because it's going to take you 4 hours to do it, because no one's going to pay to sit there for 4 hours and still only get like really basic nails. Then like people aren't going to choose you if that's what you do, and therefore you won't get the practice in order to get faster and in order for it to kind of then start working. So you have to just accept you're not going to be making, like you said, you're not going to be scraping minimum wage for the hours that you put in the beginning. But obviously as you get sort of faster and you sort of get your routine a little bit better, then it will get better. I would say I still like, there's very little nail art that I can get done in 15 minutes. So my like simple nail art is probably still not making me money, because I do spend long, like, so my first tier is like £5, but technically I'm only charging, like, it'll take me half an hour. So technically it should be higher, but I just don't feel like we're there yet to be able to do it. But it is like, I think in order to make money as a nail artist, like somebody who wants to do art, your pricing is so important, because otherwise you're never going to make that money. Like I feel like nail art is where I see like the most kind of like concerning prices for things,
Yeah,
because I
100%.
do see a lot of people, like I would say the majority of people are massively undercharging for their nail art, because they're
Yeah.
putting like crazy designs up that are going to take like an hour and a half, and they're charging £10 for it, or and it's just like, you can't physically make a profitable business if you're getting £10 for an hour and a half's work. Like that's not sustainable for anyone.
What is in your level 1 tier, out of interest?
So anything like, full cover cat eye, which I'm probably closer to like 20 minutes with that now. Oh, a clear chrome, I could do that in 15 minutes. Like, like just a glazed kind of look, or like one chrome across all the nails. Like a very, very simple, like one coloured, like say you wanted a heart on each nail, or a little white dot flower on each nail, polka dots, like a really simple, like one colour sort of aura nail. Yeah, things like that. Things that are just simple.
Yeah. No, that's I've just pulled up my nail art levels, and I actually redid them recently.
Okay.
Excuse me. And I changed some things about, because there was some things that I actually should have had in level 2 that I was like, actually, why is this in level 1? Like, that's silly. But I've got like a clear chrome glaze, a full cover glass like cat eye, not magnet art. Beware, people, because people will come in wanting a full set of like love heart cat eyes, or they'll want like loads of different swirls through them, or like, magnet art is not level 1.
Yes.
A simple accent nail or stickers I've added into mine, because stickers are still
Okay,
art,
yeah.
but smack it on. That's easy.
Yeah.
But my level 2 is got an ombre, French, blooming gel stuff, cat eye magnet art, cat eye and chrome, because some people want cat eye and chrome, and I'm like, well, that's two different things, and you need to like put
Yeah.
a cat eye down, and then you need to put stuff down, and then a chrome,
Yeah.
unless you're using a gel that's non-white. Minimal lines or dots across all fingers, and maximum 2 fingers per hand for the following, like small gems, animal print, tortoiseshell, marble, foils, loose glitter, and simple designs. So like, I've got things like that in level 2 now, because I'm like, and I think polka dots would be in level 1, because I do just whack them out really quickly. I should maybe write that down. I'll write that down. But yeah, most of my stuff is in like level 2 now, because I was like, well, that's how it's going to be. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I mean, there's not many nail art things that could be like that simple that they're going to take you 15 minutes. Like there's not like 15 minutes for art, because I would like at the moment, so mine would be like level 1 is like £5, so that's like 15 mil, should be 15 minutes. Then like half an hour, £10, then like an hour 20, and then like anything over an hour and a half is like 30.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
not how it's working at the moment,
Okay.
for sure, because I'm slow. So I'd
But yeah.
say it's more like £5 for, like, half an hour,
Okay.
uh, £10 for an hour, and then, like, 20 for an hour and a half, and 30 for 2 hours.
And do you charge the
Because
30 for 2 hours?
I've never had anyone book for it. The only people that book anything that's that tier are my sister-in-law and my mother-in-law, and I don't charge them full price.
Fair.
Um, but but I think as well, I really struggled when I did it like this in terms of, like, working out your hourly rate and then kind of splitting it into times, because £20 an hour feels like a lot to pay yourself. It
Mhm.
does.
But it's
Like, I have to say there was a lot of, like, I feel really greedy, like, being like, my salary should be £20 an hour. Um
not £20.
no, no, this is what I'm gonna say, because what you have to understand is you're not just a nail tech. If you are self-employed, like, obviously those 3 hours, say, that you're with a client, you're getting paid for that. But those 3 hours or 8 hours, however many hours a day you spend getting paid with hands-on clients, that is not the only work you do, not by a
No.
long shot. That doesn't take into consideration all the time doing your taxes and keeping up on top of your finances and your inventory and your cleaning and your social media content planning and filming and editing and posting and, like, everything, the messages that you have to respond to. So
Oh,
actually,
like
even if you're charging or earning £20 an hour, you're not, because if you averaged it out for all of the hours that you actually put into your business and then divided it, you wouldn't even be making minimum wage, even if you're setting your hourly rate at £20. Like, that's not most people that have their own business. It takes over your life. Like, you're sitting there at, unholy times of day and night and stuff, doing things for your business. You have to take that into consideration as well. Like, you can't just be charging a client minimum wage per hour and then doing everything else on top of it as well. You have to pay yourself as a business owner, not just a nail tech.
Yeah, 100%. So no, I totally agree. So going back to the ways to price yourself, time-based
Mhm.
pricing, the pros you say would be it's fair because you're paid for your time and
Yeah.
it scales with the complexity of what you're doing. So,
Yes.
like, if you're doing something really hard, it's going to take you 2 hours and you're getting paid £20 an hour, that's £40. There.
Mhm.
That's fair. And it protects you a little bit from, can you just add on a little bit of this? Or can you just add on a little bit of that sort of clients that you get?
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
there's always some that
Oh, of
when you
course.
get to it and you top quote twice and then they want more added on and stuff.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
you're like, oh
Yeah.
God. But the cons, excuse me, my throat's been weird. The cons, I suppose, would be like clients maybe hate that uncertainty because they're not sure how long it's going to take and therefore how much it's going to
Mhm.
cost and is it going to cost more? And I suppose it's like walk-in salons that a lot of them price based on tiny little added extras and you go in for a £35
Mhm.
set and you end up paying £63.
Yeah.
You're like, how did that happen? And like if you go 5 minutes over their allotted time or something, you get an extra £10 added on. The
Mhm.
cons for that as well, you need to be fast and you need to be accurate with your timing to be able to fit into
Mhm.
what a client thinks they're going to be
Mhm.
paying, which is
Yeah,
tricky. And
I would
it's like,
say another con as well is technically when you're doing it like that, you're not taking so, like, say I'm doing a nail art look that takes an hour and I'm charging £20 because I've based it on my time. I do also then have to factor in my product costs and my overheads out of that time. So it's not like, technically, if you added up my hourly rate plus my product costs and all that, it would actually be more.
yeah, yeah,
So
for
that's
sure.
kind of coming out of your time as well.
Yeah, because it's never just money in your pocket. Never. It's never
Mhm. Yeah,
money.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but
Mhm.
it can feel a little bit like transactional in a way instead of luxury.
Mhm.
It can feel very much like
Mhm.
clients might think, "Oh, you're just taking your time because then you'll get paid
Yeah.
more."
Yeah, that's it. You've made it take that long, or
Yeah.
they might just feel, I guess it's almost like as well, when you're charging is like maybe like more tier based or based on the art, you're kind of selling the skill and the complexity, whereas when you're doing it for time, it does feel very much like you're like, well, you've taken an hour of my time, so that's worth £20. And that takes quite a lot of confidence within yourself to really believe that you deserve £20 an hour, so that can feel a little bit like, oh, who am I to say that that's my,
And then but then
my hourly rate.
you've also got the discussion, like, what if you have booked out 3 hours because someone wants 2-hour long complex work, but
Mhm,
actually it's only taking an hour and 15. Does that mean someone's only
mhm,
gonna pay, if you're paying yourself £20 an hour, does that mean someone's only gonna pay you 25 instead of 40? So
mhm,
then all of a sudden,
mhm.
my lighting keeps going weird, sorry. Then all of a sudden you're losing income that you thought you were gonna be getting because you can't
Mhm,
charge them for the full amount that they were booked in
mhm.
for.
Yeah. I do see people as well that do have policies that if you've booked level 3 and actually you only want level 1 when you get it, you have to pay for level 3 because that's what you booked out of my diary.
Yeah, I mean,
I
that's
would feel really bad doing it, but I totally get the thing behind it, because you've then taken up a 3-hour appointment in my diary as opposed to a 2-hour appointment, and I can't feel that hour now. So
Mhm.
like you say, why should you have to lose? Because you might get some clients that just think, oh well, I'll book the worst case scenario
Yeah,
and I'll book out 2 hours of their time because I don't know what I want, and then they only want something really simple, and
yeah.
you're expecting that your total for that week is gonna be one thing, and then actually at the end of the week, you haven't got what you thought you was gonna make because people have booked wrong.
I see people at Christmas doing that a lot and just saying, if you booked
Yes.
in for level 3 or level 4 at Christmas time and you only
Yes.
come in wanting a solid colour, you're still having to pay for what you've booked out
Yeah,
for
that's it,
just
you pay
full
for
that
the
time.
service that you yeah,
Yeah, which I
absolutely. Yeah, I get it. I
completely
totally
agree
get
with.
why you would do it.
Yeah, and it will be awkward and difficult because setting boundaries and holding by no, setting boundaries is okay. Holding boundary
Yes.
is difficult.
Yes. Yeah,
That's
that's
the
so
difficult
true,
bit.
that's so true.
Yeah. So it's that case of how do we hold them without feeling like
Mhm.
see you next Tuesdays, essentially. You
Yeah.
know? So
Mhm.
that's the difficulty, especially when it comes to nail art. That's where I really struggle. I can charge people their
Yeah.
base price, fine. Easy days, base price,
Mhm.
grand, straight in there. When it comes to nail art, I'm always trying to downgrade and over deliver. I'm always
Mhm.
like, oh,
Mhm.
just charge a bit less. I'm like, stop it. I have practiced
Mhm.
until like 2, 3, 4 in the morning to
Mhm.
get
Yeah,
things
yeah.
right sometimes. I have worked hard to try and get to a certain standard that I'm still not happy with, and I'm
Mhm.
like, "God damn it." But it's like I've put in the hours of training and training and
Yeah,
training, and
yeah.
people are like, "Oh, but it's not a skilled job." And it's like, "Okay, well, my degree and the masters and stuff, that could get me something skilled. Yeah, great. Woo! But it's not because it's not what I want to do. I
Mhm.
want to do this. So I still deserve to be paid for something that I've worked
Yeah,
harder on
absolutely.
this than I ever worked on my degree, than I ever worked on the masters, than I ever worked on any of my jobs that I did before
Mhm.
within photography. Because I was like, nah, I know that. It's fine. It's not that
Yeah.
difficult. Like people don't see all the hours that you're putting into it. That's a rant. I'm going to stop that.
Yes. No, that is so true though. Like I said about like the business side of it, all the other stuff, like you said as well, it's the training, it's the courses that you've gone on, it's the hours that you've spent practicing. And I feel like with nails, it's one of those things, like you said, there's other jobs out there that you do the job for long enough, you know it, you're in the swing, nothing ever really changes. I feel like nails is something that you do have to continue practicing. You do have to continue
Always.
working at it. There's always a new trend, or there's always a new look that people like, or there's a new product, or a product changes, or all of these things that you
Mhm.
have to keep Like, it's not one of those things where you can do your course right at the beginning and then that's it, you're good to go and you don't have to work at it anymore. Like, it's one of those things, like we say, the more time, the better you will get,
Mhm.
because mastering all of these things takes so long and so much practice.
God, 100%. I was explaining this to somebody last night, this morning, who was thinking about becoming a nail tech, and I was like, "Yeah, you can do your basic training, but you have to keep doing more. Like you
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to keep
yeah.
on top of it. You will always need to learn more because your basic, unless you do it with an amazing educator, your basic training is not going to see you
Hmm.
through." And to be perfectly honest, I think I would say 90% of the people that I trained with in that group setting, I don't think that they're doing nails anymore. I don't see their
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, not everyone's got the persistence to do
Yeah.
it. And yeah, it is one of those things. If you want to get good and you want to be at the top of your game, you do have to continuously train and learn skills, because you get the basics, but then there's so many like advanced techniques that you can use that you want to keep getting better at.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
There's a lot of investment in being a nail
Yeah.
like, way more than I was expecting and way more than I think most people are expecting,
Yeah. Not just
unless you've got,
financial.
I don't know, unless your older sister is a nail tech and, has really been open with you and honest about the process, and you kind of, if you are just coming into it because 'cause you're like, "Oh, I like painting nails and this is gonna be really fun and pretty." It's not all fun and games.
I keep telling Jack to just join me. Like, he can just be a nail tech. I keep being like,
Yeah,
it's fine. You're struggling to find a job at the moment, mate. Just come and be a nail tech with
yeah,
me. And he's like, nah, I can't draw. And I was like, either can I. Anyway,
yeah, yeah,
that's not
that's
the
it.
point. Oh, yeah. And always remember with nail art, it doesn't mean that you can draw or you're an artist, because I can't even write my own name properly. And
Mhm.
I can sometimes draw
That's
things.
true.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, Tier-based pricing. I'm so sorry, I keep going off track. Tier-based pricing, the pros of that are there's very clear expectations for everyone. They're
Mhm.
very clear for me as a tech, it's very clear for you as a client. We know where we stand. Tier-based is good for me because we know where we stand. It's easier
Yeah,
to kind
that's it. You know exactly what's included in every tier.
and you know,
Clients can read it. Clients can easily understand it.
well, this is
Sometimes there will be a few that are confused no matter what you do.
so it feels like it's easier to sell because you know
Mhm.
exactly what's included. Though, to be honest, I forget what's included in all of my tiers and have to check it on the daily if somebody asks me. I'm like, I don't know. But it's easier to kind of sell as an add-on that way.
Mhm, mhm.
It feels very premium and very curated as well.
Yeah.
People, again, they know what they're getting. They know that like you can say on your stories, instead of being like, or your post, instead of being like, this took me 2.5 hours, so therefore it was that price. You can be like, oh, this was the base extensions plus, I don't know,
Mhm.
willy nilly single angle nail art tier. I don't know, whatever nail art tiers you want to call them. I don't care. Um, but it's something that you can state. You can show this is what this nail art level is. This is what this nail art level is. These are
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
This is what it is. It's speeds up that decision making process, and the faster you make a decision process be for a client, the faster they'll just make
Yeah.
it without thinking. That's the thing.
Mhm,
If you
mhm.
let people think, then they're like, no, just give me this. And then like
Yeah,
a solid color or something, or I'll just get a base gel or
yeah.
something like that. If you can speed it up by showing them examples, by having it written down, by having it very clear sort of structure in their pricing, crack on, and they'll be like, oh, I quite fancy that little mix and match thing. Oh, I'll just pay £25. It's
Mhm,
fine. Like,
mhm,
chuck it in
mhm,
there. So removing that decision fatigue from people is a huge thing.
mhm,
Um,
mhm.
the cons, it only works if you hold your boundaries.
Yes.
I'm talking to myself this entire time.
Yeah. You're talking to me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Like you say, like you said, that is the hard part, is actually enforcing it. It's
Yeah.
easy to say, this is the money I want, this is what I'm doing. It's difficult, especially if it's because the client's sort of giving you a bit of pushback or whatever, and you've got to really hold strong and do it. Or, somebody comes in, they've booked level 1, but actually they want level 2 or 3, and sort
45.
of you having to kind of be like, no, that's not what we've booked. This is, and having those conversations is hard for some
Very.
people, people like us. But again, it's one of those things that you just have to give yourself grace for it in the beginning and accept, like, you're not going to be perfect. And the reality is, with any business, whether it's nails or whatever, very few businesses make profit in their first year, sort of 2 years. Probably at 2 years, you're probably maybe looking at breaking even by all the time you've invested in it and stuff like that. It's
Yes.
not, business is never just like, well, I'm going to be self-employed today and I'm going to be making big bucks tomorrow. You
Yeah.
have to go into it just knowing that the first year or two, you're going to need to learn a lot. You're going to need to tailor things. You're going to get frustrated, like you have sometimes, with your boundaries, and kind of you're going to let people take the piss for quite a while, and then you're going to get to that point where you're like, no, this is enough. And it'll sort of force you into making a change. So if
Yeah.
you are at the beginning and you're kind of listening to this thinking, oh God, now I feel awful that I'm not charging enough, like, just know, like, we get it. It's not easy. Like, we're not here just saying, oh, it's easy to charge people £20 for nail art, because it's not. Because, no, like, clients very rarely want to pay that. Like, they don't see the value in it.
Mhm.
But it's our job to enforce that. And if people don't have the money to pay for it, that's fine. They don't have to have it. Like, nail art, they don't have to have their nails done it to begin with. If times are that tough, which they are for a lot of people, and you
It's a
can't
lot.
get your nails done, that's fair enough. If you can't afford the art, just get a plain colour. There's options there. You can't just keep giving away your time for free. That's what you've got to look at it.
100%.
None of your clients that are sitting in that chair would go out to their day job for less than minimum wage. Some of them probably wouldn't even get out of bed for minimum wage. If they're, might have nice, good jobs, minimum wage to them, they sniff their nose up. But, none of them, I would imagine, none of them would go out full time. Of course, people volunteer, whatever, but as a full-time job, none of them would take a job if somebody came to them and said, oh, we're going to pay you £9 an hour. You'd go, that's illegal. You can't do that. I'm not coming to work. So don't do it to yourself. Again, it's just about that. You have to work on your confidence and your self-worth and your belief, which is something that we are both still working on and probably will always be working on, like, to some degree. I think very few people just gain confidence and, like, that's it, they're confident for life. It's one of those things that you have to work at it. If you're not naturally confident, it's something that you're just gonna have to work through. You're just gonna have to suck it up, buttercup.
Yeah. Fake it till you make it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And also, one nail art thing that we haven't touched on, which is probably just because we're talking about what we do, but just for the purposes of people watching and thinking about pricing, the other way that I do see quite a lot of people do is per nail
Okay.
pricing, which
Mhm.
I am intrigued by. I like the idea of it. I feel like it could work well, but
Yeah.
they'll have, like, some might be like 50p a nail, or, if you
Mhm.
just wanted a heart on one nail, say, or up to like £2-3 per nail for
Mhm.
more complex things, or, maybe £4-5 a nail if you're doing characters, stuff like that. So that's another way that you can sort of simplify it for clients as well, because that makes it super clear that, like, what how detailed is the art you want, and how many fingers do you want it on, and then
Yeah.
there's the price. I don't know how it would work in sort of real time, because obviously I've never done it, but it is another one to think about if
Yeah.
you're sort of looking at different ways to price. I do see
I
quite a lot
think
of people do it.
that might be a really solid way to start as well. Like, because if you're
Mhm.
just starting out, you maybe only want to do a couple of nails. Like it,
Yeah.
and you maybe don't have a booking system yet or structure, and you don't really know like what you're doing. So just
Mhm.
having that per nail is, yeah, that's really handy. For me, that I'm intrigued by it. I'd love to know more about it, but I don't think it would work because of the way that like there's different levels, and then some nails don't look like they've got anything on them, but what they've got is multiple layers of stuff, and it
Yeah. Mhm,
like
mhm.
that's a tricky
Yeah,
one.
I feel like you'd still have to have, like, a very clear breakdown
Yeah,
available, like, on a story highlight or like, on your
and
booking site to exactly what is included for
yeah,
that amount.
timing. I think
Yeah,
I would get
timing would be
confused.
tricky.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would get
you'd
confused.
have to try and work out the timings well. I think it would be great for like, from a client perspective, it would be great because I've got one client, she always has, like, just a normal colour, and then on her ring finger, she'll have, like,
It's
a
always
little
the ring
heart or a
finger. Why is
star
it
or
always on the ring
something.
finger?
And technically, that should be a level 1, but I never charge her for it because I'm like, I've not even done it. Like, even I'm like, "That's not worth £5." Took me,
Yeah,
like, a minute. Not even that. Whereas if it was, like, 50p a nail, I'd be more inclined to charge it because it's
yeah.
like, "Oh, okay, it's only 50p. You've had it on 2 nails, that's an extra pound." So I feel like in terms of that, it would feel more than just being like, "Oh, well, I'm still gonna charge you £5 even though you've only had a tiny little dot on 2 nails." So
I
it could, like you say, with everything, there's pros and cons to any way that you're gonna do it.
I'm tempted to add that into my booking system and just be like, one accent nail per hand, £1.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
just
Yeah, yeah,
have
that's
that
it.
as an option. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't get anyone that has that. Do I?
Yeah,
No.
I don't really. As I say, it's just this one client that, and like, I've got a feeling we're going to slowly branch out because when she started, she never even had that. But yeah, it's just a way to really simplify it, I guess, because you are saying you could literally have one thing on one nail,
Yeah,
but I'm still going to charge for it.
yeah. Actually, I think
So
that's a really interesting point you've made because people will want to go,
Susan's going to come up here and change her entire pricing structure. But and the thing is as well, don't be too, like, stuck on it. Like, just do whatever one feels most right for you to begin with
yeah,
and you feel most comfortable with. Do it. You can, like we say with a lot of things, you can change over time. My price list has changed so many times since I started. Like, in that first year, I've made so many changes to, like, the names of services, the
mhm,
way that they're structured on my website, what's in each category, because you do it one way and you think, oh, actually that's not working. Like, get feedback from your clients, like, are they finding it easy to book in? Does it make sense to them? If it does, great, keep doing it. If you're getting a lot of messages because people are confused, they don't know, then you can start, like, looking, "Oh, okay, how can I simplify this?" Because that's why mine's changed a lot, because there's
mhm.
been things where, like, I've noticed that I'm getting a lot of the same questions or people are not sure about the same things, and then you're like, okay, how can I simplify this? Because with your booking, my best advice is to make it as simple as humanly possible to work through the booking process. Like,
Yeah,
really simplify it, because there will be people that just, it gets too complicated, it gets confusing for them. But just play around with it. Try a few different ones and see what works best for your clients and how they like to book, or what works best for you managing your diary. It's not like I have to pick one in my first month as a nail tech, and, like, that's
that's
my
it.
structure and how I'm gonna do it forever. You can change it anytime you like.
I changed mine to people rather than doing like builder gel with all the options, hard gel, all the options. I've literally got you choose your base, which I'm actually thinking of simplifying even further to just being like gel polish manicure, structure layers, extensions. There's 3 options,
Mhm.
like prescriptive structure layers.
That's mine now. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Yep.
these are your options. There's
Yep,
3 of them,
yep,
just instead of 4 options, because some people are like, "Is it hard?
yep.
Well, is it?" I'm like, "There's 3 options. It's that
Yes.
simple." It's not hard. And then I've got choose your art underneath that. So like people will go in and they choose their base, and then the next, sorry, my nails, I just found a scraggy bit on my nail. And then the next bit is you choose your art, and then there's any add-ons. The only thing that I need to work on is charging people for removals, because I'm pretty shitty at that, to be fair. And I'm like, oh,
Okay.
because people forget to.
Mine's nail repairs. Mine's nail
Oh my
repairs
God,
is the one that I need
don't.
to.
I know. I can't.
Nail repairs is the one that just doesn't. And the thing with it, so on my website, I have like my natural nail services,
Mm-hmm.
which is like obviously either just your gel polish or your prescriptive overlay. And then I have extensions. So if you want length. And then I have like my nail art and then other, which nail repair is in other. But to
Yeah.
really simplify it, I've put it in every category. So if you're looking at like, I'm going to get an infill, the nail repair is underneath it. Please click it if you do, if you have missing nails. And no one ever does. I have never had anyone add a nail repair onto their nails. And then they get
I
there
had
and you're like,
that.
I've got 7 left. And you're like, that's 3 nail repairs then, isn't it?
Yeah. No,
Which technically should be an extra £12 that you're paying me. But have I got the bollocks to make you pay it? No, I haven't.
I know. After 3 weeks, people are coming back and they're like, oh, my one's chipped. Can you just repair it? And I'm like, yeah, okay. And I get them in and it'll take me like 10 minutes to do. But then I don't, I'm just like, oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Punch myself in the head.
Yeah, literally, they walk out and you're like,
I know. Rage.
they're like, oh, and like my clients as well, they're like, how much do I owe you? So it's not even like they're expecting it free, like they're offering. And I'm like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
on
like,
me.
oh, it's okay.
And then I was sat there thinking, why? Like, what my brain told me I wanted to say, and the words that came out of my mouth were like 2 different things.
100%. Oh, anyway,
Crazy.
sorry, we've gone off
Anyway,
topic.
nail art. Sorry, yeah, I've gone off.
The tier-based pricing cons, it requires, so it only works if you enforce the boundaries. That's how we got off on a tangent. We're going to swiftly skip past that bit. It requires quite strong definitions in your descriptions so people know what they're booking for. Don't use really technical terms, simplify it, explain it like you would to a 5-year-old. That's, who are you? Sorry, someone just mentioned me in the internet, and I'm like, who are you? I don't even know who you are. And it's easy to undercharge if your tiers are quite vague. So you're like, well, it's fine. I'll just take it down to level 1, then it's fine.
Yeah. You have to be very, very clear.
You have to be strong.
Included in each one.
Yeah. Now, there's also the hybrid model where you can do all the things. Because this is kind of what I do, kind of what Casey does. It's timed and we know how much we're wanting to earn per hour, but it's within the tier system. Like we've all just gone through that, but there is that hybrid model between them all. So that's good.
Yeah, that's it. Work out your tiers but then when you're coming to price it, you need to think about your time as well.
Yeah, 100%. Right, what not to offer, okay? This is what not to do, okay? Don't do unlimited art don't offer, oh, this is going to be an hour and a half and you get unlimited art and it's going to cost you £20. Because people will push that boundary with time and they will push and push and they'll be like, oh, can you just finish that little bit? And also you forget, if you're doing art, you've still got to top coat, you've still got photos to take, you've still got all of that jazz to do. That takes time as well. So don't just offer unlimited art, because that's going to shaft you, basically.
Yeah. I think the difficulty with that as well is, from a client perspective, how does your client know what you can achieve in that amount of time? Because everyone's different. Like if they were looking to book with you and looking to book with me, what they're gonna get within that time frame is different. So like if they book 2 hours with me, they're getting a plain polish. They book 2 hours with you, they'll be able to get some art on top as well. How it's like that kind of thing is almost like, how long is a piece of string?
Yeah.
So if a client's got like a picture in front of them that they're like, that's my what I want, how do they know then where, like, how long they need to book, because they don't know how long that look is going to take.
Yeah, valid, completely valid. Yeah. And then some days you might take 3 hours to do a 1 hour set because you're just having a day. You know,
That's
people
it,
don't
your own
offer them.
timings vary. Absolutely, your own timings vary. Like, you might have really personal stuff going on behind the scenes that's slowing you down a bit and your brain's elsewhere, or, you might just be distracted thinking about what you're gonna have for dinner 'cause you skipped lunch and you're starving, and, there's so many things that can make your own times vary that I just feel like you'd be setting yourself up for a bit of a tricky one, and you'd increase the amount of messages that you get from clients because they'll all be sending you pictures. Well, how long's this one going to take then? I just don't feel like it would be like a very clear way of doing things.
Yeah, definitely. Don't let your clients mix the tiers. So like if they're like, oh, but I actually only want polka dots, and then they come in and they're like, but I want polka dots, but I actually want stripes as well, and I want a cat eye
Mhm,
underneath it. Could you do that? Don't don't allow, this is what I was going to say. Don't allow people to guide your prices. Don't allow people to guide your
mhm,
art. If they've booked something, you have to be strong and be like, okay, so this is what you've booked today. We don't actually have time to fit that in. Or if you do have time to fit that
mhm,
in, you can be like, we can fit that in, but that will be an extra, that'll go up a tier level. Don't be scared to say that. I'm scared to say that still. I've started saying it. I'm starting to get better, but it makes me feel sick inside my heart. But
mhm,
that's my anxiety talking. Don't be scared to like
mhm,
just be like, oh, we don't have time for, like, I have started saying to people like recently because I genuinely don't have time what they're coming in for, and I'm like,
mhm,
you've booked for something else today, so we don't have time for that today. But how about next time we can get you booked in, and I'll book you for the higher level tier. Then that's what we can do,
mhm.
or I can simplify it to fit within your budget or or the time that you have booked.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
really
it.
good
You can
one to
use it
use.
as inspo for,
Yeah.
just simplify it into that bracket.
Simplify it and make sure you don't over deliver, because that's my
Mhm,
issue.
mhm.
So I'm like
Yeah.
simplifying it, but I'm just going to make it as hard as well. So
Yeah, 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 that's it. You have to get better at, and I think that naturally happens as well as you get more fully booked. So I feel like,
yeah,
especially in the beginning where like you don't really have, you might just have one client that day. So
yeah,
you're not thinking, oh, I need, like, if you do run over the appointment time, it's not the end of the world.
yeah,
Whereas I feel like once your client base starts building and you start to get like multiple bookings a day, you're almost forced to enforce that boundary because
yeah.
it's
You
like,
have
I
to.
literally don't have time. I have a client coming in, I've got to clean my desk, I've got to clean my tools, I've got to
I've got
reset
few.
everything. Yeah, I physically don't have time to do that without it having a negative impact on the next client, which isn't fair because they're on time. Why should they,
Exactly.
be kept waiting? So I feel like that kind of naturally can make you be a bit firmer.
Yeah, yeah. I've had to be, but I think
Yeah.
setting that kind of time boundary early helps
Yes.
a lot. As you go on, it helps
Yeah.
loads. Like you're not going to be
Yeah.
knocking
Because then
out
you,
an hour long set. Like you're not, at first you're not going to be knocking out a set within an hour. It's just not going to happen.
mhm, mhm. Yeah.
But have a realistic time scale and stick to it. Make sure you check the time, which I'm terrible for doing, but have a
Mhm,
realistic time scale that you can work towards and be like, right, well, we've got 3.5 hours today, and you've wanted this, so we're going to try and fit that in to that. Or
mhm,
if someone brings in a level one, be quite hard on yourself and be like, okay, well, I've told the client it's going to be 2.5 hours, but I'm going to try and fit it into 2 hours. Like,
mhm.
try and like challenge yourself, make it, like I always say, gamify everything, make it into a game for yourself. Like if you make it into a game for yourself, it keeps it like fun and engaging. Like you've got that little
Mhm,
bit of pressure and that little bit of tension, but the client doesn't know that because they just think they're like, "Oh, I'm chilling for 2.5 hours," but you're like,
mhm.
bitch, I've got 2 hours to do this in. I'm gonna
Yeah, yeah.
nail this.
Mm,
But I feel that that really helps you work out where your skills are, where you're leaking time, all of that, because certain bits of nail art leak time. And what you need to do
Mhm.
is learn how to structure managing to do things over multiple fingers instead of doing. Well, when I first started, I would do one finger at a time and then move on to the next finger. Whereas that is just leeching your time away. What you have to do
Mhm.
is like
Mhm.
break it down and deconstruct it in a way that you can do multiple fingers at a time and do different things across things,
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
know that
that's
you're.
it. Do all of that, like, all of the red bits on the nails, cure it, do all of the kind of yeah, but yeah, exactly the same as you. I used to do, like, one nail, then we've done that whole nail, we're gonna move on to the next one, and
Yeah.
it's not time productive
Oh
in
my
the long
God,
run.
no. Like, it's absolutely, you have to, if you're doing chrome on 3 nails, gold isolated chrome on 3 nails, but you've got other things going on and you're like, well, I need these ones matte top coated, but these need to have like a clear chrome base coat underneath. And you're like, you have to keep on top of like deconstructing. And I
Mhm,
think that that's something as a new nail tech, you absolutely go in and look at deconstructing nail art looks.
mhm,
Like to
mhm.
look at the different layers that are going in and how to
Yeah,
not make it
yeah.
bulky, to make it like to make yourself faster, learn how to
Mhm.
deconstruct it. If anyone wants to know how to deconstruct it, give us a wee comment and I can do a little video about deconstruct it, because like Casey
Mhm.
sometimes, like last week, just showed me a picture and I was like, she's like, how would I do that? And I was like,
Yeah, your brain is amazing at looking at a picture and breaking it down into layers, whereas my brain goes, "That's way too complicated, I can't do that."
it was the easiest thing ever as well though, but it just looks complicated because it had
Yeah,
like
yeah.
about 4 layers, that's all. So if anyone wants information about deconstructing stuff, let us know. Happy
Susan's
to
your
like,
gal.
I'm not really, but I'm happy to like try and help people. Anyway, right. The last section, we are going to have to cut this because it's got too long because we've been waffling.
Mhm.
The real problem, the major problem that is out there is confidence. And we don't
Yes.
talk about it often.
It boils it down to confidence.
You know when something is level 3. You know when something is taking too long. You know when something is going to be a custom designed, curated set that should be a level 4, or it should be in your advanced
Mhm.
nail art tier. You know this. You know what you're
Mhm.
doing, but you're talking yourself out. And I'm talking myself out of
Yeah.
charging for it always.
Yeah.
Or you're allowing clients to guilt you in a way by being like, "But I was really skint this month," or "I was really like this," and you're feeling guilty, or because you feel like you're really good friends with clients now and you don't feel
Mhm.
able to
Mhm.
charge them the full amount, or your brain is talking yourself out of charging that.
Mhm.
That is,
Mhm.
and why? That's my
Mhm.
question. Why do we do this? Is it because we
Yeah.
want
Yeah,
to?
that's it. You need to really get in that mindset of like this is your job and you deserve to be paid well for your job, and that is taking into account all of the different hats that you wear and all of the stuff that you have to do. You have to like, you have to stop being a bad boss to yourself, because you know, if your boss treated you like that at work, you wouldn't stand for it. So just because you're your own boss, don't let you, like, undercut yourself, because everyone's just out here trying to earn a wage. Yes, we love what we do. Yes, we enjoy the job, of course. But
We lose our
realistically, we
clients.
can't keep doing it if it doesn't pay the bills. And paying the bills in 2026 is no easy feat. So you can't under sort of shoot yourself, otherwise you're going to end up having to give your business up eventually, because it's okay not to make a profit to begin with, but there does come a point at which you either have to make a profit or you have to give it up, because we all need money.
I'm going to be so honest here. I'm not making enough to pay like my rent and bills properly every
Mhm,
month.
mhm.
Like,
Oh, I'm not making nearly enough. I'd be homeless if it wasn't for Nigel. Like,
yeah,
I'm very fortunate that Nigel is, paying the bill, the main bills, but I'm not making enough to put my half in.
I don't have anyone to share any of this with.
Exactly. That makes it even
It is
harder. That's it. You're in a
all
really tough position. It's
um
it's all on your shoulders.
I don't make enough from this to pay all of my bills because of the fact that I don't charge correctly for my nail art. So this episode is essentially just, I mean, people probably realize that I'm quite anxious this episode and I'm quite awkward. Maybe I don't come across that way. I don't know. But this is essentially all like what we do. We don't charge for nail art.
Yeah.
And it is essentially I am scared of losing clients, or I've made friends with clients and now it feels awkward to me to ask them to pay what I should be paid for skilled work, or I just want them to like me because people generally haven't liked me throughout my life really. So it's like it feels like I'm always begging people to be my friend in that way. So if I
Yeah.
do
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
things for people, then they'll want to talk to me. God, that sounds pathetic. But you know what?
No,
That's just
I
how it is.
totally understand.
And the imposter syndrome and stuff as well. And it's meaning that I am finding working increasingly difficult because I'm working and working and working and I'm working a lot. But I'm with card fees and not charging appropriately nowadays. It's like, and things are so expensive. And I get it if nails aren't your thing, but the products that I use are so good and high quality and expensive. And I refuse to drop that down to using shitty
Yeah.
products. I will not lower my standards just to make money. If
Yeah.
I
Yeah, yeah.
won't be that salon that is like, I'm just going to use some shite off Shein to then create looks for people. I'm like, I just won't do that. I'm not, my
Yeah, yeah,
integrity
that's it. Morally,
is too
that's
much.
just not you.
So I want everyone to know that it's not just them. Don't think that we've got our shit together because we're yapping on
Yeah.
here. Like we are in the thick of this as well. I really like last
Yeah.
year I really struggled with this. Casey like gave me a good talking to. I've got so much better, but I'm still
Oh,
really
you've come on leaps and bounds. Absolutely,
so have
massive
you.
progress.
Like so
Yeah,
have you. I
yeah,
know you.
yeah, that's it, but that's it. That's what we're saying is you will make progress, but it will take time. It's like with any of these podcast episodes, we get the kind of topics that we're going to talk about from like what are we struggling with, what are we right now, like what's hard, what have we learned, because we want people to like just feel like it's
Yeah,
just like normalize things.
yeah,
It's okay,
totally.
you're not, it isn't all just like fast progress and loads of money and all of that. It's hard. It is really hard. And you're not alone. None of us are
Yeah.
alone. We're all just struggling together.
Yeah, and you'll encounter clients that really push boundaries, by the way. Don't
Yeah.
be
Yeah, yeah.
afraid to push
Absolutely.
them, because
Mhm.
you'll have clients that send you inspo pics that then mean that you are spending hours curating something and practicing and making a real effort, but wanting to pay the lowest price they could possibly want. Like,
Mhm. Mhm.
don't allow that to happen because that's actually not a sign of respect for you. That's actually
Mhm.
not respecting your skill and job. That's
Absolutely.
I'm just taking the piss.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. They're the clients that you don't want. Like, you want clients who appreciate
Mhm,
the effort, the time, the skill that you put in, the money that you invest in your products, in
mhm.
your business, and the first step in making them respect it is for you to respect it. Like, you have to show up as a business, as someone who takes themselves seriously. Otherwise, clients won't take you
Yeah.
seriously.
Because it's not just a little hobby. It's not just, oh, what's
Mhm.
your little nail business doing? Oh, that's cute. No, you're an entrepreneur. You're there to make a success. You're there to work for yourself and not have
Mhm.
corporations running your life for you and expecting everything for
Mhm.
pittance. You're there to take control of your life for finances, for freedom, for your own mental health. So fucking do it.
Woo!
That,
Mic drop.
yeah.
I feel like we have a mic drop moment at the end of every episode now. Like, boom.
Anyway, yeah,
Brilliant.
I think we've Yeah, I think we've got to the end of that. Just don't rush to fit in
Okay.
extra art, things like that. Don't undercharge for custom
Yeah,
work,
yeah, that's it. Don't rush yourself.
and
Whatever you do, don't rush yourself because that
don't
is when it will all go wrong.
don't explain your pricing like you're apologizing. Stop saying sorry.
Yes.
I'm really
Yes.
bad for saying,
Woo!
but yeah, there we
Woo! Girl
and that's
power.
and that
Okay. Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Give us a like, thumbs up, share, all that jazz. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say what we're going to do next week. Maybe it's time we didn't ask us anything.
yeah, okay, but we'll have to remember to post saying "Ask us anything" because we always get to,
Yes.
like, Monday and we're like,
I'll do it. So if we come back next week and we haven't done it, it's my fault because I didn't put the bar.